Welcome all of you back to Lucas' Narration channel. I've stumbled upon a dramatic story on Reddit and I couldn't help but share it with you guys. Before checking out the story, don't forget to hit subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, as it really helps out. And now let's get into it. So, our today's story is from a Reddit user who goes by the name THWRA_accountant_371. She originally posted it to the marriage subreddit to ask people online for their opinions about what she should do to deal with the stressful situation. She says, "My whole marriage is built on lies. I don't know who to trust. I am using a burner account. I am afraid this will be leaked by him. But I am on my work computer. I am a 45-year-old female. My husband is 47 years old. We have 3 daughters, 20-year-old female, 19-year-old female, 15-year-old female. What I thought was a perfect family was a lie orchestrated by my husband. We moved into a new home closer to my middle daughter's college. As I was unpacking some of the stuff, I came across my husband's box. I was just checking if things were missing or not. I opened his box and found some stuff. Those were my photos when I was 20 years old. There were pictures of me going to my college, to my gym, hangout spot with my friends. There were lists of the places I used to visit when I was 20 years old. But here is the thing, I met my husband on my 22nd birthday. So why does he have numerous pictures of me in different places from 20 to 22? He had pictures of me in my own apartment back then. As I went into the rabbit hole, I discovered many things. A list of the places I normally went back then, like my gym, my library, my classes. He had lists of all my friends and their names in a diary. He even had the list of all the guys I have dated back then. I found his diary from 1998. Most of his entries were about me. I didn't even know who he was back then. He didn't exist for me. I won't bore you with details, but basically I found out that he staged the day we were met for the first time. To woo me, he took a job as a bartender at the bar I usually went. He spiked my drink so that I would pass out and he could save me. It worked because I was very much impressed by him. I mean, any guy would take advantage of a drunk girl, but he didn't. He took me to my home safely where my roommate received me. I forgot my purse in the bar, which was my husband's ploy too. He stole my purse so that I can come and get it. From there we started dating. I do not want to say everything he did was a lie, but that's all that was. Now I know why he always brought things that I liked. I thought that we were soulmates, but in reality he was just a creep who stalked me for 2 years. I never felt like I was in his control. In fact, he has always showered me with love. He was not controlling or abusive. He had always been there for me. He was so sweet, passionate, and caring that I felt luckiest girl in this world to be with him. Even now when I told him I have to work the day before Christmas, he smiled and told me he will handle it. Now this is all a lie. I don't even know the person I married. How can I ever trust him? We have built our lives around a lie. How can I tell my children that their father is Khan? I feel like I am going crazy. No one will believe me. He has created this image about himself that he can do no wrong. Please help me sort these feelings. I do not know what to feel. This is absolutely terrifying. The fact he drugged you absolutely is criminal, not to mention the creepy stalking. Please talk to a therapist as soon as possible about what your next moves should be. I'm so sorry you are going through this, OP. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts down below. And now let's check out what people online say in the comments. Some people think the story is totally fake and it may be based on a Netflix series. This Reddit user says, "Whole story feels made up. I would imagine someone that stalked someone for 2 years then orchestrated the whole relationship would have serious control issues after they got what they wanted. A psychopath has the charm in the beginning, but for 20 years this person has been the perfect husband and hasn't once tried to control you or manipulate you in any way. Many people have mentioned You from Netflix, and I think this person watched the series then wrote a story coming from the stalker's mind. Stop the cap." Next comment hopes the story is not real, saying, "I really hope this is a troll post. If not, it's absolutely terrifying. I also don't understand why someone would hold on to that type of evidence." On the other hand, some express their sympathy to OP. One user says, "I am so sorry about the amount of people who stupidly think this is a joke or is okay. I can only imagine how violated and scared you are rethinking everything as your husband straight up lied to you. Also for stalkers, who's to say he will do this to someone else, or if he just views you as a possession instead of actually love you. He is clearly mentally unwell and you have to be very careful how you go about this. I would act normal, gather all your evidence, and talk to a lawyer about next steps. Please update us and please stay safe." Next commenter advises OP to meet counselor or therapist as this is above the help of the free advice of Reddit. They say, "Woof. Counseling, for you and only you, immediately, as you need someone to speak with this on that is completely removed from the situation. This is beyond the Reddit advice pay grade. It doesn't change the lifetime of happiness you guys have had, but this breaks trust in giant ways. I do want a bit of info. How did you find out that he drugged you to stage a knight in shining armor? That detail seems a bit too incriminating to write in a diary, but a man as sloppy as to keep the evidence of his stalking for 20 years might be that sloppy. As you said, you guys have had a happy marriage, and you haven't felt unsafe, only the warmth of his love. This is why I suggest counseling. You don't have to break the marriage, but rather find a way to mind the gap this causes. A counselor can help navigate the broken trust to heal the wounds. You are allowed to feel violated and uneasy knowing what you now know, but love can make us all do crazy things, and this man has loved you for this long as well as fathered your children and treated you hopefully with respect rather than control in these years. So all is likely not lost. Good luck. But this user doesn't agree that Opie should continue her marriage. They say, you don't have to break the marriage. The guy stalked her for 2 years and drugged and robbed her in order to have a conversation. Opie did give us additional information by answering some comments. She says, of course. He lied and hid the truth from me. God knows how much more he is hiding. I have doubts he even has a second family because of what a psychopath he is. I try to remember good things about him, but the fact that he has staged my entire life starting from when we started dating is scary to me. I left out many details because he uses Reddit. One commenter asks Opie how her husband got those photos and she clarifies. No, I didn't share them. Those photos were taken by him while he was creeping on me. I haven't even met him back then. And it is very ironic that you are more concerned about his privacy being violated when he has been violating my privacy for more than 20 years. For those who think this story is fake, Opie claims, I am going to make it clear once and for all, and people who are interested can read this comment. No, this is not fake. I changed some details to make it less obvious, but the main point is unchanged. Why would I attention seek through a throwaway? And for those who asking about the diaries, I came across them while setting up her house. Back then he had a habit of journaling. He would keep a diary with him everywhere he goes. He stopped after our wedding. He has kept every diary. I didn't read any of those. Just the one from the year when he was stalking. Stop reporting it. After nearly 1 month, Opie came back to provide an update for her story. She says, hello everyone, Happy New Year. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Thanks for all the comments and advice. I know many of you are eager for an update. So here it is, short story, we are separated. We are both attending therapy individually and couples therapy. We are not getting a divorce for now. But I did tell my girls the truth. Long version, the day after I posted this, I started to plan how I wanted to approach it. I acted like everything was normal during Christmas. But my husband had noticed that I was concerned. It was hard faking everything knowing how much he had lied. After the Christmas dinner, I sat down with my husband and told him everything. I even showed him what I had found. I asked him to tell me the truth. He didn't deny it. He said that he once saw me at my gym and knew he wanted to meet me. So he followed me around. Back then all my hangout places, gym, college were in the same area, so it was easy for him. He would often be sitting outside my house some days to see where I go. Then when he saw the bar I used to go with my friend quite often, he somehow managed to get a job there. And you know the rest. At that moment I felt sick to my stomach. I was overwhelmed with fear and anger. I was crying. My husband came to comfort me and I screamed at him, don't touch me you effing creep. I can see he was hurt by it. He was begging me to forgive him. He said that he knows what he did was wrong, but the love he had for me was true. We didn't sleep the whole night. I pressured him to tell me everything. How much did he control my life, or I will tell the girls everything. He was honest. He said the night we met was the only thing he orchestrated. Everything else is true. He didn't follow me. He trusted me and begged me to not leave him. When the morning came, I urged my husband to tell my girls the truth. Because I wanted separation. And I did not want to hide anything from them. We didn't tell him anything about the stalking. Just the fact that we will be separating and we still love them. My youngest didn't take it well. My oldest and middle child were understanding. I told my husband he and I both need therapy to see where do we stand. I was seriously questioning my marriage. Then again, he was the best partner I've ever had. He is a perfect husband and a good father. I remember those times when we would enjoy the snow on New Year's and barely get out of bed. I will always remember the good memories we shared. Our wedding, our honeymoon, the birth of our children, every family vacation. Those were not lies. I know that he loves me deeply, but this is something I cannot get it off my head. Now I just feel guilty about calling him a creep. I can see it broke him inside. I love him so deeply. I know he loves me too. He never hurt me or did anything that would cause me any harm. He never cheated on me. He could have, but he didn't. That's why divorce is not an option. We will see how we can move past this through therapy. This might just be my last update. Unless things change. In the comments, one Reddit user says, I feel like there is something wrong with nearly every comment on here. Opie's original post explains that her husband administered a date rape drug to her the first time they met. He did this so he could save her and look like a good guy. Honestly, that would be it for me. The man is psychotic, and anyone who thinks he is a good man who just loves her needs to take a long look at what they think is acceptable behavior. Opie is not safe with him. He should not be allowed near women. Another user shared the same opinion, saying it's so crazy, this whole thing is insane. Her whole story reads like someone who's been groomed. He could have cheated and didn't. Anyone else would have raped a girl that had been drugged. Her reality is so skewed, and no one here is taking this seriously enough. He stalked her, drugged her, and manipulated her. Of course, he isn't going to admit anything past what she has evidence of. He clearly has used the information about her he got while stalking her to woo her and make her think they are soulmates. For the sake of setting a good example for her daughters, since she probably won't do it for herself, they need to be informed and watch her leave him. It's not like he orchestrated a meet-cute after he saw her at the gym. He stalked her, tracked her movements and places she habitually visited. He watched her home, he followed her around. He took pictures of her in her own home. He got a job serving drinks at her regular bar and drugged her and stole her purse. The user whose name is the Sainted Martyr shared the sympathy with OP, saying, I'm sorry, but you sound like a Stockholm Syndrome victim. He drugged you. For you to believe anything that comes out of his mouth now is astounding. And why did he keep all of his stalking souvenirs? He had to know they could lead to him being discovered. The psychology behind this is grotesque. You have no idea who you were married to. None. There is a dangerous stranger in your house. Around your children. Does your individual therapist know the whole story? Anyway, if this post is real, I hope you will focus on your individual therapy and start secretly laying the groundwork for a safe escape if you should need one. I fear that if he ever truly believed you were leaving, he would turn very dark. Possibly kill you. What do you think about this situation? I'd love to hear your thoughts. So drop them in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future content. And now see you in the next video.